Welcome back, prospectors. So here's the deal. I finally stopped pretending my old machine was good enough and rented a proper beast of a loader. Bigger, heavier, louder. The kind of machine that doesn't ask questions. It just moves Earth like it's got a personal grudge against it. And let me tell you, the moment I got behind the controls, I realized I've been working on hard mode this whole time. This thing, it doesn't work, it dominates. At first, I was ostorojny, easy on the throttle, feeling the weight, testing the hydraulics, but give it 5 minutes and suddenly I'm carving through soil like a hot knife through butter. Buckets full, one after another, ground disappearing faster than my doubts about renting it. And that's when it hit me. If we're serious about building something big here, something that actually produces, we need space. Real space. So I got to work expanding and leveling the future production sites. Now, I'm not saying I got carried away, but at some point I looked back and thought, okay, this is either progress or I just accidentally started my own canyon. Either way, it worked. By the end of the day, we had something solid, clean, leveled ploshchatka, better than I expected. The kind of foundation that says, yeah, something serious is coming. Of course, progress isn't free. I spent a bit of cash and started putting up a fence. Not the most glamorous investment, I know, but if we're going to strike gold, I'd rather not share it with every curious wanderer who just happened to be passing by, you know. But here's where things get interesting. All that digging, it paid off. We managed to wash a solid amount of gold concentrate. Not the shiny stuff yet, not the kind you frame and stare at, but trust me, we're getting close. You can feel it. Just a few more steps and we'll be pulling clean gold sand, the kind that melts down into real, heavy, no doubt about it gold bars. And when that happens, that's when this whole operation changes. Oh, and one more thing. While I was busy moving half the landscape, our wash plant quietly did its job and produced several pallets of lime. Not exactly treasure, but hey, money is money. We can sell it or use it ourselves. Either way, it's another piece of the puzzle falling into place. So yeah, today wasn't just productive. It felt like the beginning of something bigger. And if this machine is a taste of what's coming next, then trust me, you're going to want to stick around. All right, prospectors, no more talk. Today we get serious. We're kicking things off by moving our gold concentrate. All that dirt we worked for, all those hours behind the wheel, it's time to see if it actually pays off. No shortcuts, no guesswork. Every bucket we move today brings us one step closer to the real prize. But that's just the beginning. At the same time, we're starting construction on something that changes everything, our washing and separation plant. This is where the magic happens, where raw, muddy concentrate turns into clean gold sand, the kind of material that doesn't just look valuable, it is valuable. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of work ahead. Moving materials, setting things up, making sure everything runs the way it should. One mistake here, and we're either losing time or worse, losing gold. And that's not a risk I'm planning to take. So yeah, we've got a long day in front of us. No distractions, no unnecessary chatter, just work. Let's get to it and see what this operation is really made of. Enjoy the episode, prospectors. Would you look at that, prospectors? We actually did it. After all that grinding, all that dirt, all those "this better be worth it" moments, we've got results. Not just progress, not just potential. I'm talking about our first real clean gold. That's right, clean gold sand. Now, sure, it's not shining in bars just yet. You can't exactly put it on a necklace and call it a day, but don't let that fool you. This right here, this is the moment where everything changes. Because once you've got clean gold sand, turning it into solid gold bars is just a matter of time. And let me tell you, seeing that first batch, it hits different. It's like the whole abandoned claim just woke up and said, "All right, maybe you've earned it." We even managed to make a bit of money along the way, which, let's be honest, feels pretty good after all that heavy lifting. Not millions yet, but enough to start thinking a little bigger, a little smarter. Because now we've got a new kind of problem. Where do you put gold? Yeah, that's not something I thought I'd be asking this early. So, here's the plan. We take a small portion of what we earned and we build ourselves something simple but solid. A nice, compact garage. Nothing too fancy, but strong, secure, and most importantly, ours. A place to store what we've worked so hard to get. Because leaving gold lying around the site, that's a great way to turn a successful operation into a mysterious disappearance story real quick. So, yeah, today wasn't just about making progress. Today was about proof. Proof that this land still has something to give and that we're finally starting to take it back. And if this is just the beginning, I'd say we're sitting on something a whole lot bigger than we thought.